What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are your hosts, the Distorted Theorists, and we are here in Cineplex, Scotiabank Theatre. I don't know what this is.
St. John's,
Newfoundland, where we just saw the Barbenheimer of 2024. Oh, man. Glicked?
I don't know. I like Gladiator,
like
but that was just me. I made it up.
The glicked is something that I think you do in a public restroom.
I mean, I seen Wicked by myself. Peter went and seen Gladiator 2 by himself. He's a big fan.
They changed actually in the theater. It is Gladiator 2, but they turned the I in Gladiator, so it's Gladiator.
So we are about to do two videos, dropping at once. If you're watching, Peter's video is going to take this one. This is the Gladiator 2. After this one, head over and check out the Wicked one by yours truly, the real Jussy. But before we get into any of that, as always, if you want to support the channel, you like these movie reviews, we need you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave us a comment down below if you've seen one or both or any of the movies in theaters this weekend. Peter, got to give you the floor. Gladiator 2, you've been talking about it for months.
I have. It was a good movie. It was a flawed movie.
Oh, really? Right out the gate with the flaws?
Well, this is the thing. So, okay, right off the hop, it is a Ridley Scott movie. If you've seen Gladiator, if you've seen Prometheus.
Which you said Gladiator is one of your, if not best movie of all time. Okay. I just want to be clear on that.
It's not the best movie of all time. It's my
favorite
movie.
Sorry.
Just because it's what's got me into movies and everything like that. And it's still a fantastic movie. But if you've seen Kingdom of Heaven, if you've seen Gladiator, if you've seen Prometheus, if you've seen Black Hawk Down, you've seen this movie in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
The hard part about this movie, because it is enjoyable, because they kind of kept the whole scene from Gladiator 1 into this. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Obviously.
But it was the first act of 3 was like, okay, I'm seeing what you're doing, and the second one was like, oh, okay, we're getting the Gladiator, and then the third act was, what happened? It just kind of like, it just fires on all cylinders, and it again tries to wrap up loose ends, and it does, but it just kind of like, there's no emotional gravitas.
Well, I mean, okay, listen, I'm no one asking you the questions. You've seen the movie, so coming from the first one, start us from the beginning. Is this a true sequel? Like, does this go right into
callbacks?
Okay, so you did pick up on the nuances of anything
I already knew it was. I could tell from the trailer. I wasn't going to say anything in the trailer, so I was like,
No. I want to know, if you're a fan of Gladiator, without giving too much away, what are we expecting to see that you're going to be like,
It's a cop-out answer. You're going to see gladiators. I know it's a stupid answer.
Well, I would hope so.
But again, because this is a sequel to Gladiator, it's a very similar story. It's just kind of, hey, who are you? I want to free roam. Why do you want to free roam? I got my reasons. Okay, cool. And then stab.
Right.
Rhino. Boat. Movie ends.
Well, I'm just wondering, I always look at movies like this with such a gap. We talked about this before on many of our reviews about the sequels many years, like Beetlejuice, for example. How did current modern effects and VFX and cinematics, did it heighten it for you? Did it don't need it?
Where we are now with visual effects, it didn't wow me. It did. There were big sweeping shots that they had in this that you wouldn't have seen in the original Gladiator.
Couldn't achieve it.
But what you saw in the original Gladiator when that came out in 2000? I think it was just 2000 when it came out, and the first scene where they actually see Maximus walk into the Colosseum, and there's that whole sweeping shot where it's all I don't know what the actual shot is called, but he's turning one way, the camera is going in the opposite direction. That is all green screen and whatever. And so at that time, that was like, damn, they recreated the Colosseum brick by brick.
Right.
So when you see it in this one, you're like, okay, I've been there, done that.
Oh, okay.
All right. There's much more sweeping shots that have more visual effects extras and whatnot that are kind of added in that lead to a movie like this. That is not a real rhino. I'd hate to disappoint you. That is not a real rhino.
Well, I know one thing that you had mentioned a couple times is, in our reviews and reactions stuff, that you felt that Gladiator 2 was something that no one asked for,
Yeah,
but we got.
it-
But now that you've seen it, does it add to the lore of Gladiator? Is it something that you're like, no, I'm good with this now? Or is it still like, nah, you should have left it?
I think it could have, like, if this had never happened and this was just like we were just here talking about Wicked, it
Right.
would have been that, I'm
Okay,
sure.
okay.
But I do feel that because Sir Ridley Scott is a storyteller, he is a filmmaker to the core,
Yeah.
I feel that he thought that there were unanswered questions, and then he's
the
like,
audience wanted to
well,
know,
I
I
had
guess.
questions, so you have questions. And I guess
okay.
there was, like,
Almost
again,
like a personal service.
yes, and it does answer those questions, but I also would have been okay with never knowing the answer to those questions. So this does complete a story that wasn't started in Gladiator. I thought the end of Gladiator, just the way it was great. You know, he just, spoiler, it's been
But
out for
it's-
24 years.
yeah,
he
I think
falls
we're-
over.
Gladiator, I think we
he's
can-
in the field and he walks through and goes, man, these wheat fields are tight, you know? And that's just kind of where it ends. And this one kind of alludes to that. There's thematic elements from the first one that are, it's not an illusion, it's yeah,
Words.
parallel.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I'm
There you
trying
go.
to
There you
say.
go.
That worked for this, but again, the flaws that are here, they don't make it a bad movie. Really and truly, it's a nice movie. And like you mentioned before, with the whole, did it need to be told?
Yeah.
No, it didn't. It did. I don't think it's going to do poorly. It's the same.
Right.
It's a difference of what Furiosa was. Love Furiosa.
Yeah, 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 it was a
Did
great
it need
movie.
to be told? No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
But it worked in the end.
It did, but not with audiences.
So with this one now, you know, a little mixed review if I'm the way I'm interpreting. Any hopes for future installments? No, it's done now, you think?
If I swear to God, if Sir Ridley Scott goes, make Gladiator, make the third one, and it was just like, why?
Okay, so we don't need it. We don't need it.
It could, just don't.
No.
Please, like, it was, again, this was a movie that was enjoyable, that didn't need to be made. I've said this like 8 times now.
No, I mean,
But,
I was excited for you to go see it because, like I said, I knew that.
and I came out of it not going,
Yeah.
I
Well, I don't feel like you were. I don't feel like you regretted your decision to go see it. But you feel like let's put that one to bed.
It was a Gladiator movie.
Yeah, it's a Gladiator
Perfect,
movie. I
right?
mean, you got two
Yep.
or multiple men
You
fighting
know,
with
they could've-
swords.
It was Gladiator too fast, too sandy. I don't know. And they didn't, again, like, but I use that as a joke. But like Fast and Furious, as it was, that could have been it. They didn't need to make a sequel. They
Right.
did because money, but they didn't need to. And so this is, again, with this one, sure.
So with all that said, I have no say in this matter. Tell the audience, what is your final thoughts and your review of Gladiator 2?
Go see Gladiator 2.
Okay.
Generally, if you enjoyed the first one, you shouldn't hate this movie. I'm not doing this to be like, oh my God, don't see it. Or if you were a big fan of the movie, just don't waste your time or waste your money or anything like that. It is a movie that should be seen in theaters. It is epic. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm sure the IMAX was sweet.
The cast is good, and I didn't even really get to talk much about the cast. Paul Mescal, I don't know what I've seen him in before. Connie Nielsen, the callback from the first Gladiator.
You were excited about that.
I was like, oh, cool. That's someone that actually ties it into the movie.
Yeah.
Denzel was the most Denzel I've ever seen. Denzel.
Which, by the way, quick pause for me.
Black Panther.
Yep, Black Panther 3. He's Ron Coogler's after him. Please make it happen, Marvel. Go ahead.
He did. I'm pretty
Wait,
sure he did.
they're like in talks.
I'm pretty sure he confirmed
I
it.
hope so. Go ahead.
Denzel. When you're like,
Pedro.
and Pedro Pascal was good in it.
Hot star right
and,
now.
The amount of, and Joseph Quinn was in it. I didn't realize that he was in it either.
Stranger Things.
Yes, but what's bigger that he's in, that we're really paying attention, that Pedro Pascal is also in?
He's in Fantastic Four.
There it is. Okay,
okay.
finally hit. Okay,
I got
cool.
there.
Yeah.
I got there.
So I didn't realize that he was in it, and so the cast does well, and you get to see a different side of Rome that the first Gladiator didn't get to see, because before it was just like it was Gladiator and meh. But now in this one you get to see a little more of the politics.
I was going to say political. So out of 10, what are we giving it?
I'd give it an 8.
Be honest.
Now it really and truly, like, it's an 8. I could give it more. I could give it less.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Depending on the day.
Well, depending on the day, and again, like how I'm feeling, because I'm flip-flopping, because again, it's an enjoyable movie. I'm disappointed by the fact like it didn't need to be made, and there were certain flaws that was just like, It's still a good movie. Go see it. Cineplex.
Listen.
Give us money.
Listening to you speak about it lets me know that I think in the back of your mind you really did enjoy seeing it.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for a review for Gladiator 2. If you haven't checked it out yet, obviously, as we said in the beginning of the video, my review of Wicked is also live right now on our YouTube channel. But to catch all of those, make sure you hit the notification bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let Peter know in the comments
how wrong
he is. He's the guy on the left.
I enjoyed it. If you didn't like it, I don't care.
And with that, I am the real Jussy.
I am Peter Parkour, and like we always say around here,
keep it real.